Welcome to another edition of Small Talk for You. This morning I wanted to go back to Log4s and talk a little bit about warning levels. If you take a look at the logging in VA Smalltalk in Log4s, you'll find that there are basically 6 levels plus a level where you can turn all logging events off, meaning no matter what you log, it won't land in that appender. Now recall that what we did when we set up logging in this image is we set up in the initialization file a basic root level logger down here, and we said debug enable true. It's not quiet. We're logging all events, and it's to a rolling file appender. Now what we mean by rolling is that it gets to be so big, and there's a default for that, which I didn't really go into here, but there's a default size for these, and once it gets bigger, it'll roll it to a new log file. We'll get into some of those options in the future, but in any case, we have it going to a log file. Now what we want to do is we want to set up a separate appender that has somewhat different filtering at that level. So what we're going to do is we're going to set up another transcript appender here to the general root logger. So we're getting the root logger. We're going to set this up, but we're going to tell it error. Now it turns out the error is a higher level than just the general warning that we're going to send out here. This is less important, generally speaking. So what we're going to do is say we want to have everything going to the file appender, but only things at level error above going to the transcript appender. So let's go ahead and see how that all works out. We'll grab this and set this appender up. So we'll execute. Now what we're going to do is we're going to move this out of the way, and here's the transcript up there. So notice we've got a transcript appender and the general file appender. We're going to send a warning. Notice here we've got level warn. Transcript is empty. Let's go ahead and open up the logging file we've got here. And you see that landed in here. So we sent that to this appender, but we didn't send it to the transcript. Now let's go ahead and send an error level 1. So instead of sending warn : we're sending error : Go ahead and execute that. Notice this landed here in the transcript, and we'll go in here, and it also landed here. Now, just to go through one small thing, what I'm going to do is I'm going to bring up the documentation briefly. So once you go into the section of the documentation on Log4s, if you go down to this point here where it mentions levels, notice we have levels going from the smallest number all. Basically what you do is you set up a logging level for an appender, and it'll only log things that are higher numbered. You see these numbers go up, or the same. So if I set up something for error, it'll give me error level and fatal. And if I turn it off, nothing will ever go to that appender. But you can go in here and set these up so you can say, like I did for the file-based one, give me everything, or like I did for the transcript, only give me errors and fatals. And then that's all I'll see in that. I won't see info, I won't see warning, I won't see debug. You know, you're filtering it down based on the coarse grain category of level. And this is one simple way to change what goes to different appenders, so you can have different things going different places. You could have one file that had pretty much all things, and then you could have another file that got only the really critical things, and so on and so on. So you can look in this and here in the doc and see how this all works. So it's about it for today. Until next time, have fun with whatever Smalltalk you're using.